Hello, Mint.
What's up? How you doing?
Yo, what's up? How you doing? Good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, I'm living the dream. Got the last 2 days of work off. Decided, hey, gotta treat myself.
Dang, that's how it is. That's crazy. I can't even. I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever told me that. Like, yo, I took the time off and I was like, time to treat myself to some fucking coaching, bro. I'm finna get good at this game.
Hell yeah.
That's actually so cool. That brings me so much joy. Thank you for that. well,
Of course.
bless. Sorry for the bit of the delay. I don't actually get too many students from the East Coast, regrettably. I don't know. Y'all don't like me out there. I don't know what the deal is. I'm kidding, but like, I had to set up my server. It took a little while longer, so pardon me for that. Um, don't worry, I go over the hour almost every time because I love talking about this game. So I make sure to not cheat anyone, and I'll make sure that we come out of here definitely better than we were before. That's always my goal. So I mean, you probably know a little bit about me. You coached the session already, so I won't dive too much into that. I love Marvel. I love coaching. I've had a lot of success with students, whether it's just one session and I never see you again, or I see you multiple times. Who cares? I always try to give you the best that I can in that moment. So I'm excited to work with you. So first off, let's get started. I'd like to ask a question. So I guess we'll say two questions. So first of all, how do you feel about Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3? What's your take on it?
I fucking love this game.
Bless.
I love this game so much. I caught Frosty way back in the day when I was like 13, 14. I
Okay.
was like, I gotta play this game when I'm older.
Oh, let's go.
Now I got some. Now, my first real purchase, I got a Kwamba Crystal.
Oh,
I bought Marvel 3, and I was like, I'm playing this game.
that's so sick. So sick. Actually, I have
It's
to look
my
up.
it's my first real fighting game.
Okay.
I played Smash for a little bit at college,
Okay.
played some locals.
Mm-hmm.
Uh my buddy actually had Marvel on his PS4 and we played it a little bit. He beat me, so it was the first time playing.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
I was like, I'm getting better at this. You know?
Oh snap. Okay.
I
Okay.
entered I entered TNS a couple times,
Uh huh.
got
Uh-huh.
washed every single time.
Okay. Happens.
Now I'm in the Hidden Mountain training arc.
We love to see it. We love to see it. This is all fantastic to hear, by the way. Also, I didn't expressly ask, but I do usually record these sessions, post them on YouTube as unlisted, so they're just for your eyes only to review. That is okay with you, right?
That's fine with me.
Perfect. Okay. So fantastic answer. I love to see it. That this is the type of energy I always vibe with. So I'm excited. You actually kind of transitioned into my next question a bit, but I'll just ask it to make sure I don't miss anything. So what type of experience? I think you said you entered a TNS, right? Like one or two. Is that
Yeah,
correct? Okay. So
I
you have
entered
some.
TNS a couple times.
Mhm.
I hang around a lot in some of the open parsec lobbies on Twitch.
Okay.
Hiyomio, J Dog, Feed Your Greed whenever he's doing them.
Okay. Okay.
And I played on Angelix once, but that I also
Nice.
played on Hazy a couple played with Hazy a couple times.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. Okay, so we would say we're not completely inexperienced, right? That's not the case with us today.
Yeah,
I'd
I know
say
how to press buttons.
you know how to hit some buttons, right? You've played Smash, so
Yeah,
you probably got some neutral, right? You kind of know how to move around a little bit, maybe.
yeah.
Okay, okay. So we're not starting off completely green. That's great. I really need to paint a picture of like where we're at, so I can see where we're going, right? So that helps me a lot. And all right, so let's kind of break down how I go about coaching because there's a couple coaches on Medify. I spoke to them. I literally know all of them. So like in general, the ones that do Marvel are great. But what I like to do, I obviously got to make it a little different. I mean, I'm probably the only low tier player that's ever coached in a game. I don't know, maybe not ever, but like what I bring to the table might be a little different than what like I don't know, like Jaywalk for example might bring to the table. So what I like to identify first, I know I think you literally just said you wanted to get better, right? Is that your current
Yeah,
goal with the game? You just want to get better,
improve
improve,
in
improve.
like any way possible. Improve.
Gotcha. Okay, very broad, uh,
I
very
think I
open.
listed like a couple of things.
Yeah, let's talk about those. Actually, I have them here. So you actually have some pretty specific things to work on. So that's going to actually be incorporated uniquely into our session today. We have expanding on parts of offense, on things you may be lacking. Extended pressure incomings, those are very hyper specific to the game. So that's great. Building up better game plans when behind. Do you feel like when you play, I mean, you're a little newer, so do you feel like you're often behind? Is that a fair assumption? Like you're playing from behind, or do you feel like you get a lot of leads and then they kind of get washed in translation? What of those two? What do you think?
Like, especially like before, I was getting like Wolverine was going down, and then I'd be playing Doom assist basically, and I'd really start to fumble, and then I'd just watch like I'd hang out in Ray stream, and I'd like just like a question here and there, just like I've started to super jump a lot less with Doom, but like
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
But like it's like a lot of the nuanced offense, like going in, getting out.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm putting some notes here. So let's actually transition to the next part of the session for us. So what I usually do is I'll just use a little notepad. I'm a little broke, bro. I can't afford Word. I'm sorry. That's how it'd be. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But like, this is just very simple, very easy to send over. So I like to theory craft a bit, right? I feel like a lot of people work best when they have a much clearer understanding of like what needs to happen in the game to get the dub, to get the victory. Like what are our factors? What are the factors that like either enable us or prohibit us from doing so? And in general, just kind of a big kind of outlook and a rubric or template almost to really highlight everything that we're doing today and what's really important. So I'm writing down things that I'm listening to. I've played this game a lot, so when I hear certain things, they trigger kind of thoughts in my head of where we need to go. But I'm also writing down what you had in here for us in the notes for the Metafy response, which was building game plan. So I'm actually sharing my screen on Discord. I meant to tell you. I don't know if you caught that. Yeah, peek it. Yeah, go ahead. And we'll review it together real quick. So we'll talk a little bit. We'll play some games. We'll see where we're at. Usually from there, I let you decide, like, do you want to just grind out more games or do you want to like look at some of the games together in footage? Because footage review is one of the best things ever when you're starting to like really come up. But we might not be there yet. You might just want more comfort playing against someone at a higher caliber or whatever. We'll let you decide. That's where you get most. That's where your input is taken the highest in the conversation today. So let's do this. One more thing. Push your lead. Okay. So at the very top, let's dial back a bit. So what's your team? Who do you play?
I play Wolverine, Doom, Akuma.
Wolverine, Doom, Akuma. A friend of mine, a dear friend, used to play that team for a long time to pretty good success, actually. I can tell that that's a very fun team. I used to mess with it for a bit, and he always had fun playing it. So we have to, what I always say is we address the elephant in the room. And that's, do you feel like your team, your character composition in any way prohibits you from getting a W? Like in any way? In other words, are you willing to change any of this if what's more important to you is victory, or are the characters here chosen what you feel fit a certain style that you play?
The only time I would consider swapping out Wolverine would be against Morgan.
Okay.
Because that is horrific. I played Mark Dolo a little bit.
Okay.
And like the Morgan fireballs are just really tough.
Yep.
Not so bad against Magneto.
Okay. He's not as bad of a zoner. So yeah. That's fair.
Haven't fought too much Deadpool.
He's a bigger zoner too. Definitely can be very annoying, frustrating.
But I feel like I've got more tools, especially when packaged against like Jam Session with Deadpool.
Yes, indeed. Okay. So I mean, I'll be quite candid with you. If you struggle against Morgan, that's the entire community. So she's a hard character to play against. So if she's causing you the most problems, that's okay. Like, you not necessarily have to switch, characters unless you're really getting to the higher echelon of like top eights and stuff, and you're fighting Morgans and they're playing the matchup too perfect. That's kind of when you would really consider like, oh, I really need to alternate like my character rotation a bit, because when you no longer get to play the game is when you have to do something to let yourself back into the game, right? Like, and Morgan's very good at that. So the good news there is that means you don't really have to adjust your team. You're good where you are. That's what I like to hear. I always make sure that first, right? Because sometimes students come to me and they'll say, hey, like, I pick these characters just because I think they work, right? Or they suit a certain style. But there's other characters that can also like replicate that kind of gameplay that you want while having less difficulties, right, against certain characters. But it really sounds like you do enjoy this team, right? Is that correct? Am I correct in saying that? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay. You resonate with how they play, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Cool. So that's great. So we wrote this down for now. So this may be something like in the future, you look back and you're like, okay, this is the struggle I really have. So how would I fix this? But for now, we can stick to these goals. We don't have to change anything here. And so what I would suggest then is I think in your case, I think we'll benefit most. Let me see how you play. Let me see what's up in what's going on with you. Let's hit some buttons, get a feel for where we're at. All right, so let me edge here. So I'm gonna be quite frank here, quite honest. So I'm on the West Coast. I actually stay in Vegas. So you should have a better connection, not too much better. In fact, I'm curious.
I do not have any control.
It's a good amount. Say again.
I don't have any control right now.
Oh, you don't? Maybe I goofed at something. Let's try. Word. Hit start for me.
Try going back to title screen.
Let's do that. I think I know why. Can you start? No, no die. Let's try this. I'm just gonna restart the game. Yeah. You are in though. Okay, that's good. And you can see the screen, right?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna let you hit start. I think it might have been because I hit the keyboard. So let's see if this works.
You want me on player one?
No, I'll take it for now. But I think I know what I messed up with. I think it was just a keyboard. Right now? No dice.
That's odd.
I have another suggestion. We might just have to try this. Big picture mode usually works. That's a little odd. I'm guessing you've definitely played on PC before. Like this isn't the first time. Yeah, plenty of times. You've played it. Oh yeah, you've played in Parsec Lobby, so you're good. Okay, so it's definitely something on my end. So let me try this, and I'll actually let you hit start when it gets to that point. Go ahead and try. No dice, huh?
Yeah, nothing.
Shoot, that's a little odd.
Let me try unplugging my stick on my end.
Okay. Yeah. It might just need to register it. It was bugging for me a bit earlier, so let's see if
I still got nothing on.
You tried it already? Oh, okay, it's still not working.
Yeah.
Okay. I have another suggestion. Bear with me, it's been a while since I've done this. I think I can go to settings. Controller settings. This might be why. Let's try driver installation. Steam, yeah, it's fine. No, let's do that. Let's try these things. I think they saved. Yeah. Actually, I don't need this. Maybe that's why. I don't know why it's got 4 controllers. That's weird. That might be a problem there too, but I'll come back to that. I think let's try one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, gamepad is recognized, I think. So I'm in there. Make sure I didn't lose My connectivity. All right, let's try. All right, any luck?
Nope.
What?
I'm gonna try leaving and rejoining.
Sure. Oh no. Yeah, there we go. Accept. Okay. What do we got?
This is so weird.
That's so odd. Let me see what else I can try. Let me try. I think there's something I can do with the controllers. So maybe, because I don't have 4 controllers connected, so I wonder if causing an issue. No. Cancel. I can restart the cloud PC, but it does take a while. I didn't really want to do that. Let's see. Oops, let's try recover. Our devices are filled up. Sure. Plug all Steam controllers. Can you unplug your controller for a sec?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do that. Okay, I think that worked. Okay, so let's. I don't know if it worked, but like I think I did something that might help us. So let's do this. So I'm going to plug in my controller, see if anything prompts. I heard a noise. It's promising. Plug yours in. That might have worked. Usually I hear a sound though. It's a little unsettling. Anything?
Nah, nothing yet.
Let me just unplug my thing. In fact, yeah, I won't even leave mine plugged in. I'm wondering if there's like an issue with like both of our controllers running at the same time. So sorry about this. I don't really know what to make of it. It's kind of weird. Can't say
Yeah, there's usually not too many issues.
Have you had connectivity issues in the past, like with connecting to anyone?
Only very, like at the very beginning.
The very beginning.
Yeah.
Can you hit anything?
Nah, nothing.
Nothing. Maybe. Try something. Maybe I have to do something with part. Well, let's do this. I don't think that's gonna matter, but well, I'll take off mouse because that might be confusing. Maybe I need to adjust these settings. No, software decoder. I don't think I need to adjust this, but I usually do this before the stream, and before I stream, and I didn't do it. So I'm wondering if there's a setting in here that maybe I missed. No, virtual pad type. And your stick is it can run on PS4 and Xbox, right? By chance?
It's PS4 and PC.
PS4 and PC. Okay.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be.
This virtual sound gets connected or start required. Maybe this is what I want to do. Let's see. Okay. Gamepad.
Oh.
I'd have to restart the whole. It should be fine. Can you join again? Yeah, we're gonna. Let me plug my controller in. Oh, you know, I wonder if that did it because my controller's not plugged in and I'm seeing stuff right now that looks promising. Okay, and then let me do this. Okay, this might be fine. Yeah, this might be fine. Okay. It's feeling promising. Let me see. Yeah. Me in. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Start? Oh,
Let's
money.
go!
Money. Oh my god, I work in IT. Let's fucking go. Big pog, big pog. Okay. So, whew. I don't think I've ever did that, but I'll remember it just from today. And I have footage to go back and figure out how I did it. So you've blessed me with some IT tech, so let's go. Let me know if you're lagging at all, because I've been noticing that there's like a little indicator on the top left. So I'm actually gonna play the team with you for a bit, because first of all, I like this team. I actually played it yesterday with someone else. It's funny enough. Yeah, and let's just see where you're at. We'll play to we'll play to 5 and then decide after if we want to play one more. Oh, nice. Nice. Oh. Ooh. Nice. Alright, I can tell I'm not gonna have to play this team very long. Which is good news. Which is good news. Nice.
If I didn't drop a code, I can get the kill there. I'm getting some.
Oh, jitters? I just got those too.
Yeah, like it's not super great.
There's some
Think
stuff.
we desynced.
Oh yeah, it's kind of jittery. Let me check something. That's pretty. Yeah, you have a little more lag than earlier. Let's see. That's fine. Increases latency. I don't know if that was better. And let's see, blah blah blah. That's fine. Less latency. Well, I don't know that I want to change any of those things. Are you good now?
Yeah, it's calmed down.
Well. Alright. If it messes up again, I think I can restart it. And I have like one other thing I can try. Nice. No, mine lost. You hate to see it. Oh, nice. Whew. Nice. Any hiccups?
Nothing that game, no.
Okay. I'll play one more.
Oh, word?
Should have X Factored, but. Ooh. That was weird. Well, I'm trolling. Nice. Woo! Yo, relax.
I got those!
That was kind of nasty. That was kind of nasty. That was kind of nasty. Kind of nasty. Yo, why is my team super not coming out? Oh wait, I'm lagging. I forgot. I'm playing from the West Coast. I was like, I'm mashing that shit. Hold up. We'll talk. Did I? Oh, I don't have my buttons. No, I do have my buttons. I'm bugging. I'm bugging. I'm bugging. No, I definitely have it. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit. Cool. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna put some notes down for us here. Things down. Punishes on safe moves. Place them in there. And I would say resource management. Cool. I don't know if you can still see the notes, but
Yeah, I can.
oh, cool. So like, those are all things that are pretty helpful, and you have a pretty good grasp on them. I've noticed so far, at least in the mirror. So those are things that like, I think if you were ever looking to find like a different character for some reason, whatever reason, ones that like you can excel are ones that like have more resources to manage because you already have a good like grasp of it. And then characters with like good frame data because you can punish a lot more easily. And then this is just a pressure plus assist is just a universal like quality that's good to have in this type of game itself. So let me try a different team. Let's see. Morgan's not very good, so I don't wanna do that to you. But I can play this guy pretty good. And then I want to kind of zone a bit and see if that is a struggle. This is not an inherently difficult zoning team to master to play around, so I think you'll be okay. But let's challenge you a bit. Nice. Nice. Yo, the projectile hit me. Cool. Nice. Oh, that hit me. Nice. Oof. Barely pulled that one out. You were smoking me. That's a good one to talk about. Nice. Play. We'll play to 5. Nice. Alright, we got these. Oh, okay. Cleaned it up. That's all good. Let's see where we're at. 5. We'll play one more. I did want to review some footage. If you're down for that, cool. If not, we can keep playing. This is where you get to decide.
Oh, yeah, I'd be down for some review.
Nice grab. Ooh, I agree. Nice. Oh, that's clean.
That should work. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's do this.
For the tapes.
Yeah, basically. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. I don't want to stop the recording, but I might have to, which is annoying. And then I might later stitch it together. You know what? I got a better idea. I got a much better idea. Okay, so let's play a first to 3 right now. I should have done this before. I kind of goofed, but I'm gonna record it in a different medium so that we can watch it separately. And I'll actually try something a little different.
There is not a lot of time to push block that.
The shield? No, not at all. It's kind of like a frame trap in itself, in that like you just want to be like very cognizant of you either practice the timing or you actually just like, oh, I don't have X Factor, I'm stupid. You either practice the timing or you just don't push block it. Ooh, nice. Might be a little late. No matter. Unlucky. Oh, nice. I messed that up, but you should still die unless I'm really bad at this. Oh, I'm really bad at this. Unless they're gonna demon me.
That's what I was trying to do.
Okay. I was like, no, I'm gonna get hit. I'm hitting a button. Oh, okay. All right, let's quickly review this.
Right.
So I should be able to save this if my calculations are correct. Let's see. And we might go back and review first to three with my other team because I tried to pick two rotations of teams that I can play kind of differently. So if you notice, this is more rushdown. Dormammu is obviously more campy. He's like a zoner.
Yeah.
So we might record another first three just to look at that one. But if not, I'll let you decide. But for now, let me just pull up the recording. It should have it. It should work. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Cool. So it should show a VLC player that's struggling for some reason. Maybe I need to close some stuff. All right. Just didn't want to work. Let's try again. Should be 331. No? Okay. No dice. All right, what about this one? This is 620. Let's try this one. Okay. There we go. So I did record. So you can see it too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you. We'll start with this team. So after playing against this team, how did you feel about the matchup? Do you feel like there's some unfamiliarity with like Cap? I know you said that a little bit. Or do you feel like there were situations that maybe you could have prevailed in, but like you reacted a bit slow?
I feel like game 2 where I tried to X and throw you while you were in the swords.
Mm-hmm.
I did that once before when I was playing, I think, Memes May Cry.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like Virgil, Hagar, and Frank West are kind of my demon characters.
Virgil, Hagar,
like I know, like I have tools to beat them. It's just when I swing, it just feels like they just swing better than I do.
Gotcha. Okay. Fair enough. So there was, I would say, so Virgil is a demon for a lot of people. I totally get it. There's situations where I'm like, I totally have this motherfucker, and then I do something stupid. He brings out like the worst in us sometimes, like the worst decision making. That's very akin to like the character and how he plays. His kind of style is like he needs to really, he really forces mistakes, like in one of the best ways ever, because he has a literal move that like spins for him and creates a hitbox, right? So totally understandable. That's something we can work on. Character and familiarity is literally, I can't help you with that. Like you just got to play the character, right? You either got to learn them yourself or you have to play against people who play it. So I was more so looking for things that we can work on, and playing against Virgil is something we can work on. So that's thank you for your thoughts there. I just want to now I'll just start breaking it down kind of like piece by piece. So first off, from our previous from really what our goals were today were like how to continue pressure. I threw this in there, how to slow down the neutral for yourself. And then having a game plan and how to push your lead. So let's do this. Now that you've played against my team, I think you were kind of getting it in the last game, but like, what would be your game plan against a rush down team? So in my case, Cap, Virgil, Strange. Now, real quick, can you tell me on this team what really indicates if a team is going to be rushed down? Like what do you think stands out the most to indicate if a team would be more rushed down versus zoning? Is it the point character, the assist, or the supers? What do you think?
I feel like
give them a number 1 to 3. Like what do you think is most important to determine how your style of team should play? Point character, supers, like whether they be install or otherwise, and then assist.
Point character definitely plays a big factor into it, but I think the DHC as well.
Okay.
Plays into a part of it. Assist, not so much, because you obviously see like really successful rushdown teams playing missiles as well.
Yes. Okay, so
But of
let's.
course, you also see that with Mori Doom.
Yeah. So give me like let's do this way. 1 through 3. What's the most important if I'm gonna be a rushdown team? Do you think point character is number 1, 2, or 3?
I'd probably say number 1.
Okay, cool. And then from there, what's more important, assist or the DHCs, or like or not just DHCs, but like the supers on the team, right? The actual super, how meter can be used, right? Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'd probably say like the supers and like how meter can be used.
Okay,
would be number 2.
And then the last one being the assist. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much correct. It can be a little interchangeable depending on like which team it is, because they kind of interlock together. What I mean by that is, so first you look at the point character. That's like the number one thing, right? Is the character trying to go in, or is he trying to stay out, right? So like Trish, Morgan, sometimes Zero, they don't necessarily want to go in depending on the matchup, right? Or even like, let's say another point character that stays out. I'm trying to think. Maybe a Doom point team. We'll say the better examples I can think off the top of my head are Trish, Morgan, right? Like those characters don't really want to go in if they don't have to. And then characters that absolutely have to go in: Wolverine, Hulk, right? We can agree there. They literally they can only hold forward. They don't have projectiles that really work. Hulk kind of, but like whatever. And then the second thing being like what kind of supers do they have? So like, for example, Cap has supers that project him forward, have iframes, and beat out either. He has 2, right? He has the charging star super that beats projectiles, and then he has the physical supers that beat physical moves. So he kind of wants to play like a rushdown catch style, where like if you're doing something unsafe, he has an answer for it. But mostly, it's the fact that like he wants to hold forward. He has a bit of zoning, but really, since he's kind of in the middle, since Cap's kind of in the middle, right? The next thing we look at is the supers. Well, I have Virgil. Virgil can DHC into swords. That probably means I'm going to rush down, right? So because of these two factors, I want a horizontal assist. So I have Strange, right? Like if I had, like, let's say Phoenix here, right? That wouldn't really fit synergy wise. You see how that works? So like identifying what you want to do and kind of building the team around that is important. And when you identify another person's team and how it's composed, you can identify kind of where you need to win. Like what's the most important time for you to win. So in your case, because you're playing against this team, now that you've played against it, real quick, what do you think Wolverine should be doing at the 99? Because that's one of Wolverine's most important things. What to do at the 99? Should you hold towards me, towards opponent, or should you back away?
I am universally holding forward in just about everything.
That is the correct answer. So you even though it's Cap, like Cap isn't like a, he can scrap, right? But you have a much better option and you have a much better situation for you because you have what's called an option select. You know what that is, right?
Yeah. I've got dive kick throw.
Dive kick throw. So that's why you want to do this as the 99, right? Particularly against Cap, there's things you can do, but realistically, this should be your game plan against like 99% of guys, except maybe Hulk. Hulk, you might not want to do that too. That's like the one, maybe Hulk or Hager. You might want to space it back a little bit and then find a much safer opening, which I know you said Hager's a problem character for you. So that's different, right? Then, so the reason I'm doing this for you, and I'm doing this with you rather, is because I want you to kind of dissect what your opponent should be thinking. So I'm thinking, if I know what I'm doing and I'm like trying to be proactive, like, oh, what does Wolverine want us to do? He wants to get in my face. So I'm going to back away. I'm not going to try to challenge you. So let's see. I don't know that I did that in this game. I'm pretty sure I did. So let's see, literally, that's the first thing I did. I was like, I need to get away from you. This is your win con. I have to get away from it. And once I do, I jump over to mix you up. And then I jump a third time to really just keep it like as ambiguous as possible. So right there, you hit me immediately. So that last one was a bit of a mistake, but you punished it like the best way possible. You hit me low. So you can see these types of ideas coming to fruition, like when you really break it down. But your goal isn't necessarily you don't want to have to do this mid game. You want to have this kind of like embedded in. So before you even start, the game even hits start, right at character select right here, you see the team and you're thinking, it'll load right here. You see the team and you immediately got to think, okay, he's got Cap, he's got spiral swords, he's got a horizontal assist that's very strong. He's going to want to hold forward. Like, so I either have to do it better or I have to very much pick my spots, right? Because now we're both playing the same game. It's not like a zoner where I'm just going to run away. You know, you only have to hold forward. You also have to know when to hold back. And that ties in directly to what I think is important to continue your pressure, which is what you wanted, is you have to know how to slow down neutral. Because you can't always continue. So this has to come into play at some point. So let's keep watching. In fact, let's just let it rock for a bit. We'll play the first round. I don't have audio because I don't like hearing myself, but maybe I'll turn it up here now that I'm not talking.
There is not a lot of time to push block that.
The shield? No, not at all. It's kind of like a frame trap in itself, and that like really don't want to hear myself talk. I'm just gonna mute that a bit. It's not conducive to learning here, so I'm gonna turn it down a bit. Oh, I see you went for the throw there. Okay. You either practice the timing, or you actually just like, oh, I don't have X Factor. I'm stupid. You either practice the timing or you just don't push block it. All right. So let's break it down a bit. Let's go back here. Play? No. So the 99, like we discussed, you want to hold forward, I want to hold back. I want to get as much distance as I can. This is me being a little bold, right? I kind of played into your plan. I still should have went back. Like once I crossed over, I should have just kept going, but I didn't. So I get hit for it. You call your assist. Unfortunately, if you hit low one more time, you would have confirmed. But that's just like, hey, you didn't know that, right? Like you tested the waters, called assist. So here you have a choice. This is your pressure now. I pushed blocked. There's a couple of different things you can do. So to continue pressure, let's expand on this. So your plan, right? You actually already did it. So you know your plan is to make Cap or insert character here, block Akuma assist. Like once you do that, a myriad of options open up. Like right here, I push block, you could have grabbed. That would have been a free grab because I'm committed to the push block animation. So you could also berserker slash to the other side. You could instant overhead if you feel like I'm the problem, and X Factor confirm it, right? So, and these are things I'm sure you know all these, right? If you don't stop me, just say, hey, I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You could try to bait me going for a throw attack and jump and then dive kick. Tons of things, right? So we went for a low. I push blocked it again. I got you out. So I created the space, and now we have to slow down neutral. So you dash back. You did drill claw for movement. I threw out a projectile. These are all decisions made in neutral. I heard your assist calling, so I backed up to create space. You're doing what you should be doing, and you're holding forward. Right here, you dashed up. I jumped over the beam. You're in an advantageous situation here now. What you should be doing
is this situation where I jump to
this is where you'd want to jump, dive kick, grab option select. Like, okay. Yeah, you have to recognize that when beam is on the floor, every character, if they don't have air movement, they have to jump, right? They're going to have to commit to a jump. And if they do, if they only have one jump, then you know where they're going to be, right? You have to, that's when you're going to start your offense. You have to turn on the gears like, okay, I have to have a plan for this, right? It's either going to be like, I think they're going to low. I think they're going to land and block low, so I might hit high. Or I think that they're going to respect, so I'm going to wait for my other assist to come up. Like, you have to start thinking. Grabbing is usually the easiest thing to do because it's one frame. It's very hard to react to. You have an option select, things like that, right? So I jumped again. I called my assist. You backed off here. You actually gave me so much space here. So this assist, this might be just a familiarity thing, is very slow to start. You can just hit it. Just hit it. Don't feel like you have to stay away. And right here, you crouched low. So you gave me some respect. That's fine. This is all fine, by the way. You don't have to hit him if you don't want to, but this is fine. What happens next? I throw a projectile, right? I continue pressure here. So really what you have to tell yourself is like, this should answer the question better for you, or kind of create a mindset for you that I want you to have when it's about continuing pressure. So continuing pressure means that they are not starting their pressure. So to continue pressure, we have to eliminate as much of their pressure as possible. Okay, so this is how we can answer this question that you had. Is we want to eliminate as much of the opponent's pressure as possible, right? So like here, what I mean by that, so you were at advantage here, right? You had a situation where you could do something. We ended up not doing anything, right? You actually dashed back here. When this assist is coming up, to make my pressure, to eliminate as much of mine as possible, you could either A, hit him to get rid of the assist, or you could, after that first bolt, you could jump. You could jump, you could threaten a dive kick, right? Because look, if you see, I'm already like making a decision here. While you're inactive, I've already made another decision. And so like now you have to deal with the bolt and another projectile. So this is my pressure. And what happens there, it hit you on the way back. So see, what's important is you want to make sure they don't get to play if you don't either. So that means little things like hitting the assist or jumping before the second bolt, right? Like, or even super jumping. Like right here, you could just super jump out, like all the way up here, and then maybe dive kick back down and try to land on top of me here, because dive kick is kind of hard to punish for most characters, right? Things like that. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
cool. So it's all about that. Because then, right, we just got hit. I dropped my combo here. One thing I will say, there was a bit of a scramble here. Don't worry about those too much. Like that just comes with experience and kind of like, oh, I've been in a situation before. What should I do? Sometimes it's a guess, sometimes it's not. And in scrambles, sometimes it's just get called. Sometimes you get happy birthday. That's just the nature of the game. So we don't need to psychoanalyze that, you know? So at this point, we had a bad assist call happens. You went for a throw, totally fine. This is okay. Sometimes it works. I don't know Virgil that well enough to tell you exactly when. I think it's like within the first 2-3 seconds. Not even 3 seconds, like the first, like almost within the first second. It's like it spins 1.5 rotations and then you can grab it. But it's tricky. Like I don't know many people that do it consistently, right? Right here, you challenged, which is fine. Against bolts particularly, you can do like a whole low string that keeps you like from elevating, and you can just combo, right? So like you almost had it there actually, and then you launch, and then you would have been fine. Here I drop. You should have already been dead, but whatever. You hit a move that you probably could have canceled into super there, but that's like
I tried to.
Gotcha. So you already know. So very minute things. All right, so let's see, I'm backing up again. You're going forward. Good stuff. We're both trying to stay out of the plan. This time, I waited to the last second to jump over you. Then I jumped back. I threw out a hit. You called your assist. Good job. This is all good play. I hit you, but I didn't confirm. There you go. Nope. I think this is the round you're talking about. Okay, so this, you got hit here. This is what I mean by like, hey, we have to slow it down. So what I mean by that is remove as many factors from the situation as possible. So if you're starting to notice a trend, it's because it's very much the same thing. So slowing down neutral means eliminating their pressure and removing as many factors as possible, right? But this is basically how you're going to eliminate their pressure, is by slowing down the neutral. What do you do to slow it down? Well, you want to remove as many factors as possible. So like in your situation here, wish I could slow it down. Can I slow it down? We can. Yo, let's go. Let's do. Sure. Oh god, it's broken. That's fine. I actually really hate that I lied. That's not what I want. Let's do reset. So you got the hit. Powered up. You did not get the confirm. It is at this point, this is the first decision where what I would suggest is you just back off. Like don't put yourself in a situation where You have to guess what direction I'm rolling. You have to guess what option I'm doing on wake up, whether or not I call an assist, because both of them are up, right? It's not like both of them are down. You have to call your assist, right, at some point. Grab could be an option. It's too scary. It's not something worth investing in. You missed a combo, call it quits. Like Wolverine is a character that can scramble, and you can play like that, but that requires a lot of like comfort in unfamiliar and uncertain situations. Like, and you can build like that, but that's hard to gauge naturally, you know. Like that's hard to build on a very like practical level. You have to just play a ton of games to do that, and that's okay. But for now, if we're trying to be smart, it's about like just give yourself the least amount of things to think about at once. Now you called your assist here. Akuma's a pretty safe assist. I don't disagree with this, and you backed off. That's fine. But like here, you rushed in again. We got the first hit. We missed this. This has recovery, and you committed to a launch. So if you do heavy and you're like, man, that shit's gonna whiff, like just don't hit another button. In fact, jump. Just do something to like get yourself out of the situation. Because if you jumped here, I had to look to where you were. And I was already crouching. If you could have put me in block stun, called Doom Beam off a block string, totally different situation now. Instead, I hit you, right? So that's what I mean. Is like you want to eliminate as many factors as possible. So if you already used a meter, you drop the combo, just back up. And I think the best way to show that is like, not with this character. I did it more with Dorm, but like I would basically call the ball and then just back up. I'm like, I don't need to do anything here, right? And that was the one round I think you had like a lead, quote unquote, because you got like the first meaningful hit. So basically, if you drop the combo, that's going to happen sometimes. But what you don't want to do is compound the situation. Is give yourself a chance to react back, to like respond accordingly with as little variable as possible. This grab might have worked.
Yeah, I think you were a little too far back.
Yeah, I would, as a habit, I would stay away from X factoring while the swords are up. His moves are very laggy. So like if the swords weren't there, you probably could have just punished me or grabbed me, right? But like the swords are still active. So just as a habit, try to like not do that unless the swords are gone. He's actually very, very easy to like X factor cancel and punish when the swords are gone, right? I think, and I'm pretty sure you know that. So just try to instill that habit in yourself if you can. Good stuff. That was a really good punish. This is a little tricky because I think we trade barely, but like normally I think swords win there. So you want to be a little cautious about reacting that late. But I guess you had to do something, so it's fine. And then this is just, I could have messed that up, but I happened not to. And then I think I don't mess this up. Okay, so for this last round, now that we've discussed that, you kind of did it in the game. What do you think, if you had to look at the characters in this team and your team, who do you think the most important character to kill is to start?
Definitely Virgil.
Definitely Virgil. He needs to go. He creates a lot of issues for the team. I'm positive. I'm pretty sure you do that here. I don't think it's with Cap though. Yeah, I think I get Virgil in. Ooh. You know what? No, it was when you played against the Dorm team. That's what it was. You identified that Dorm was the biggest problem on that team and you killed them too. In this game, I don't think you got a chance. I think you just got. Oh, that was unlucky. I think I fuck it up anyway. But you should still die unless I'm really bad at this. Oh, I'm really bad at this. Unless they're gonna demon me. Okay, let's dial it back here. Same deal. Backing up. Called your assist. Okay. So your assist did not hit. I went for a low because I saw your assist was gone. You're backing up. You're creating some space to where you can't get hit. This is all good. So since your assist is gone, you have to wait for your other one to come up or this one to come back. So your thought here should be, I need to back up, which you do. But now that my assist is up and I did something, you kind of have to respect. This is a minute thing, but like you can grab just about any charging star before the beam comes out. It's pretty easy to just grab or just hit low here. You can hit like 5 crouching lows in a row while this goes out, the second beam, and it wouldn't hit you. Wolverine's very short, so that's like a matchup thing that you can find comfort in. But realistically, like, you have to know when it's not your turn anymore, and that's and you're doing that, right? Because this is like you respecting it, but almost too much, right? Here we could have grabbed, could have hit low. That's all recovery. So when your pressure's over, that's fine. Back up, do whatever you got to do. But then you immediately have to identify when it's your turn again. Right here, I think if you dive kick, you hit us both. But you respected. You were like, I'm just going to jump again. Totally fine. This works. Hit. And then I hit you with like the most invisible jab that you've ever seen. That's just a comfort thing. I've played against this character. So like, yeah, this barely came out.
That's grimy.
Yeah, it's so this hitbox is deceptively like low to the ground for like a jab. It's an air jab, but he hits like at such it's a 90-degree angle, so it's like really fucked up. And I've played the game so long that I know if it'll come out in time. So that literally overheaded you like last second. So that's not fair. That's not your fault. You thought you could continue pressure there. I took a challenge. If you jabbed, you might have beat it there, but it's like, to be completely honest, yeah, I caught you dashing. So maybe one dash and a jab, or dash heavy, or even what I think is better for you in the situation that I don't see enough of is a Berserker Slash. Just like not just in a combo, but in neutral. So like, don't be shy using it, because that hitbox is a lot better than like just your jab or something. And if you have meter, you cancel, right? So that's something that can, I'll write that down. So, because I don't. You have beam, so you should be really comfortable doing it. Things to implement. Just experiment. More Berserker Slash plus assist. Because I think that'll help your gameplay a lot more than you realize. Just in the fact that like Wolverine can totally be on the other side and your assist can be safe. Like wherever it was prior to the Berserker Slash. And then right there, you probably could have grabbed me, but I did it again. I just jabbed. But if you jabbed me, I would have got hit. So it's more of a situation of like, I dictated the pace of the game because I'm ahead. So I'm going to take more chances than you have to. More risks, rather. And then Virgil's is Virgil. You have to block a 50-50. Hit you overhead because you barely crouched. Happens. You should have died here. I messed up. So I wouldn't psychoanalyze this, like, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main takeaways here are, so against another rushdown team, at least against Cap Strange, which it's pretty unique, so I'm not going to give you too much crap for it. Against another rushdown team, you really have to be like firm in your decisions. Like you have to be like, okay, I'm staying in, or I'm out. Right, like don't stay in between. Don't scramble too hard, because if we're both trying to rush down, literally the most important thing is the first hit. So you have to do whatever you can to secure that first hit for yourself. Whether that means like punishing something like this, right, committing to a punish, or playing safe. Like right here, you could jump. Like you don't put yourself too much in that situation where you have to guess. So that time I just frame trapped you, so you got hit on the way. So since we're both rushed down. If I don't drop this, I'm literally already winning, right? Like I'm in such a positive situation. I dropped it, whatever. That's Marvel, but like you want to avoid that. We both have the same goal, so think about how bad it is when you get a hit and your combos don't land. Like it's really the other team is probably bleeding really hard. So that means know when it's time for you to go in, and if it doesn't feel safe, if there's too many things on the screen or too many options, then just back off. There's nothing wrong with that. So like, a situation where I did that is right here, right? Like I dropped, I threw a shield, I walked right in front of you, and I just stood there for a second. I'm like, all right, he didn't do anything, so I'm also backing up, and I'm gonna throw a shield. You see these kind of things come into play when there's too many things happening at once. So what I want you to do now, I'm gonna record another one, right? I'm gonna play Dorm. So in this situation, stop the replay buffer. Let's do a real quick analysis. Game plan against a more zoning team. Cap, Dormammu, Strange. All right, so same. I'm just gonna put little quotations here. I'm not gonna disrespect you. You know what to do. You should be holding forward, right? So that's the first thing you should do. And then we still want to make Cap block Akuma assist. But what about when Dormammu's in? What do we do when Dormammu's in? First of all, does he need to be... First of all, out of everyone on the team, who needs to get X Factored?
Dormammu.
Dormammu for sure. X Factor. Or spend all meter on him. And out of your three characters, who do you think does the best against Dormammu?
It's still probably Wolverine.
Correct. Wolverine is the answer. So keep him alive. So, for a lot of zoning characters, outside of Morgan, who has ridiculous frame data, Wolverine's going to be like the reason that they struggle. So, what that means for you is if you need to get Wolverine out if he's low, that's okay, because what you want to do is keep him alive so that he can maul Dorm, because Dorm gives you the most problems for sure out of that team. So, and you actually X Factored in one of the last rounds. So what I would suggest, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play, let's go back to character select, and I want to play a slightly different character. I'm going to play someone who might want to zone more. Let's see. We'll do like Chris. Okay. Actually, I'll do mine. No, I want... That's not it either, is it? I think that is it, actually. Alright, cool.
A little landmine?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
You know what? Let's do this. It's more traditional zoner. I almost forgot about him. Okay.
Alright.
So this is a much more zoning team. Okay. I'm gonna record it. Starting now. So if you can, try to implement a bit of Berserker Slash plus assist wherever you deem it proper, and see what happens from it. Like, don't... We're here to experiment. We're here to try things and learn. So don't be afraid of that. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Nice. Went for it. Ah! Nice. Oh. Ooh, good shit. Oh. Oh, the good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Hell yeah. Alright. Oh no. Oh, he's already powered up.
Yeah.
Unlucky. That was the right idea. That was the right idea, for the record. No. That's tricky. That's like a true box string. Nice. Nice. Oh. Oh. Oh, you tried. That's fair. Oh, that might hit me. How did he eat that? Nice. Oh no. You're only human. Alright, I think that's three. So first off, you definitely already got a win, so I can see that there's gears turning. It was a Zakuma, but I think initially the play, the way the rotation and the way the game was going, that was like, there was a build up to it. And now I'll show you what I mean by that. So, Between playing against those two iterations of those teams, which one do you feel more comfortable against?
I'd definitely say like playing against zoning is a little more straightforward.
Okay.
I just think that I need to burn out a little bit more of Berserker. I think I need to burn out a Berserker Charm before I hard to oh, just so that way I can get the 2 meters and then we can mix.
Sorry, you said burn out. You kind of cut out a bit. You say you need to burn out.
Like get out of Berserker Charge before I hard tag.
Yes, agreed. Agreed. That is ideal. Sometimes you don't get that choice, right? You just kind of want to get them out. So
Yeah.
we're not gonna say that that's like a bad thing that you got him out in the situations, but in general, yes. If you can, you do it. So like I play Phoenix Wright. Sometimes I'm like, man, I really wish I could pick up a third piece of evidence before I tag him out. But if I don't tag him out now, he dies. So that's okay. But you have the right process, the right mindset there. It's like, how can I do this more optimally? So as long as you know what that should look like, then you can kind of make that decision in the moment more quickly, right? So you're playing against the zoner, very straightforward. I'm running away, I'm backing up. You call your assist. So like, I think you do it here. No, yeah, you do it here. So it's not muscle memory yet, but like what you want to do is actually like right here, do Berserker Slash, because the beam's already coming out, so you are safe, right? As soon as you do it, like if I jab you out of it or like do something lower, I'm crazy, like unless I'm crazy and grab you out of it, you're gonna either hit me, I'm gonna trade with you, and you'll be outside of hit stuff. You'll be hit, but then this will hit me, and then you can combo. That's what I mean by that. That's the kind of time I'm looking for. So this is late. This isn't going to do much for you, unless you do it on my wake up, like right here. You can do it again. But instead, we both challenge. I just happen to be faster, right? Whatever. But hopefully that makes more sense. It's like you just want to do it with your assist. So like you're doing it a little after your assist, right? You want to do it right as you call the assist, which I think you did it right there. That time you got hit, whatever. So it's not a big deal. But don't dash up and do it again. Like if you can't get that timing, don't commit to it. Because this is fine, but like then you get hit and then this comes out really late and now you're just gonna get hit for it. This is all compounding. You got him out though. Cool stuff. Now you're playing the Doom game. And Doom has to struggle. Like that's fine. This is all very normal. Yeah, he's a great character when he gets the hit, but boy is it hard to get the hit sometimes. So now we're playing, you called your assist. Unlucky. If you did it like a second sooner, it would have hit me. So the right mindset, just a little, gotta act a little faster. And then this is kind of what you'd expect. Okay, so this is the matchup you want. I threw a carpet down because I was like, all right, I gotta slow him down a bit. Now I'm teleporting. You don't have Doom Beam, so you can't really do that same strat anymore to cover like a lot of horizontal ground. But this is still fine right here. I can't punish this. There you go. Missed the combo, but that was good. This is all good, right? Maybe next time you even X Factor and just kill him. Like whatever seems more comfortable to do.
I definitely should have X'd there.
Yeah. Remember, we wrote that down. We're like, hey, all the resources go to this guy. He's a problem. Like your team does not really have answers for this character outside of Wolverine. And then this is kind of what you'd expect. You're playing from behind. You only have 1 meter because you used him on Berserker Slash. So that's literally what we wrote down. Like, hey, blow all the meter on the problem. Wolverine's a very like live by the sword, die by the sword character, right? So if he doesn't get to push his momentum, he's not going to be very useful later. So you have to be willing to commit resources and in a very fast manner with him. This time you get the hit. I think you go for TC. No, you just go for a combo. Here, I think we dropped the second part, right? Because that would have killed.
Yeah.
Unlucky. Totally good play. This is all solid stuff. Totally good. Just unlucky, right? So now we're not at advantage. So what do you think you need to do here? What's the first thing you need to do?
Slow down.
Slow down. Just slow down. All right. I called an assist. My assist on cooldown. You're in front of me as Wolverine. You tried to challenge there. Totally fine. I may have misguided you because I know I said most of your low hits would be fine. Stick to like crouching light here. That's my latest. Just crouching light. Just something to stick out. But you got hit and then you waited a little longer. You got the hit. And then this is all coming up how you want it to. So now the problem. I think you dash over just a little early, right? Because then I'm on this side, and that stinks because now I have distance. But whatever, I fly. You're still good. Let's remember this. So this is one of the few games. so far where you had a lead, right? You really like your responses to situations so far in the neutral have came up positive, right? So now we're where we need to be, the promised land. Wolverine 2 assists against Dormammu. So now you have to slow down the play, all right? You're doing fine. You're jumping away. You're like, you don't necessarily want to jump away because, you know, I like distance, right? But that's fine because you can still close the gap. So, but now there's a carpet there. So that's a little bit bad. So remember when I was like, yo, beam plus assist is usually really good. If you did it knowing that I would put down carpet, the beam would hit me and then you could go in. But now it's out. So you have to kind of respect it. But you can also do that. You can, so what I would suggest, this is like the best advice for a Wolverine player here, is just jump into it like that. Just jump and block like a little arc, right?
Okay.
Instead, because walking is a little hard because you might walk and like not block it. So like this is inconsistent. Like it worked out for you there, but it's pretty inconsistent. So just jump into it and block it. Maybe jump into it, block it, call assist. One of those two options. If you're comfortable. If you don't think I'll chaotic flame, do that. But otherwise, just do that. Okay, so now I have to put another carpet down. You have to kind of respect it. You got hit by it. This comes out. I have charges. I'm doing everything to keep you out. So I think here you call assist and you hit me, which is what I wanted you to do. This is perfect. Perfect. Okay, so this is your moment. You have to step in. You have to make this worth. So your assist is on cooldown. My assist is up, but it's not a good one to call. So you're going to hold forward. I called it. You immediately jumped at here. You went for S. So I don't know if there was a deliberate decision here or just a misinput. Heavy is your button. You already know that. Like down heavy, dive kick. If you dive kick me here, I don't even think I tech. Yeah, I don't even tech. So I would have just got dive kicked. You would have caught Strange and won the game free. That was it. That was your one good decision, one bad decision to make, or your one chance to really influence the game. And then I'm sure you know, but like if I chicken block this, which is what I did, I jumped a little bit. I can grab it. I can grab it. So like so remember, when we drop our combo or things don't work out the way we want, we don't want to force a scramble. Just chill, bro. Like just fall to the earth. You don't have to dive kick. Or at the very least, notice that you're about to get punished, because what I'm going to do is what I've been telling you to do. And I'm identifying the problem and I'm getting rid of it, right? Because this is how I can continue my win condition. This is how my pressure continues, is if I punish a mistake and then keep the combo going. But notice I had to punish your mistake. You were in control of the game, right? So that's different. That's where we really want to like analyze as much as you can. Like, okay, I was in control. What did I do wrong? Now this is stuff like that's kind of like, sure, right here you could have like jabbed him and like supered. That's like a minute thing, right? Like launch super. But that's not, you're not in a situation where you get to dictate that. Like, sure, we don't want to like micro analyze things that are like are situations that shouldn't have even happened, you know? Like we didn't need to go this far. Now it's like, if you win this, cool, you're the best, you're a hero, but like you shouldn't, right? We've given up control of the game because of that one situation that really mattered. This was really smart. Actually, I think you win this game though, but it was a comeback. Okay, yeah, you were just better there. You were just a better player. I tried to challenge with S, you punished, and then I hear you mix my shit, exactly what you want. X Factor, like right here, I think, yeah. And then this is just it. So like, I try to tell everyone I coach this, but basically like, anchor comebacks are really good, but those are a product of like discipline, how much resources you have and how you use them, not so much like the original plan. We have 3 characters on the team, but admittedly, right, we want to win with the first one if we can, because that means you're doing everything perfect. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. So in this sense, comeback's great. You don't want to live your life always winning with your last character, dog, because you know what's going to happen then you're just going to get snapped. It's going to get snapped and you're going to be like, shit, what do I do? So this time you're rushing down, you're getting the hit, all looking good. I forget what you do here. I think you go for the combo again. Unfortunate, but you're doing the right stuff. Just think to yourself, the last 2 rounds if I'd have hit this combo, I'd be extra winning. So that's easy to fix. Just practice combo a bit more. My Hawkeye is not a character, but he's more here to serve a purpose, to like explain how you should be handling zoning. You did the right thing here. So this is what I wanted you to do. But Akuma's, it doesn't work as good if they're far. But look, I can't punish your assist and you at the same time. So if this is beam, do you see like how the advantage created here is? Mm-hmm. It's like, it's very advantageous for you. So like now I have to respond with like a super, which you block expertly. And then I'm like, well, let me get him out. and then whatever, you got hit. Like you tried to move forward, but you can see like I had to spend 2 meters and to hope that I got you. Like if you just chilled there because you recognize like, oh, he's already in a bad situation because I called an assist and I'm now behind him. Like if you just recognize like, oh, I'm already ahead. Look, you have more health than me. You spent 1 meter. I'm at minus. I now spent a meter. You blocked it. I'm still minus. Like notice you're still in the lead. It's hard to see, but like you have to like analyze these things. Like you're still in the lead positionally and frame wise. So even blocking this would have been great because like then you were at a close enough distance. You could have berserker slash. You could have dashed up light. You could have done anything, right? But now I've had to force you into a weird decision where like Wolverine's out with like berserker charge still up, and this matchup stinks because like we said before, Wolverine's really the only character that's gonna have like an easier time against this because he does maul Dormammu. He does. So it all compounds, right? And then you did. This is exactly what I was like. I hope he does it, but then he was already powered up. So that's where our advantage is. That's where like our learning is. And you don't have enough health here. Health is such an important resource for a rushdown character, right? So like, if we don't get to capitalize off our first few decisions, you have to get a little desperate, which is never fun. But that's live and die by the sword. And I think I barely drop here or something, but this is hard to contest with. Like normally I would say just team super, which if you didn't know, that does the punch super, right?
Yeah,
it's invincible. Yeah. So. We're almost done. We're going to wrap this up. This is the last match. Got the hit. Okay. Do you notice what has happened every game at the start of the game?
I've gotten the hit.
You get the hit, brother. You get the hit, brother. You're so good at that. You're actually really good at that. Like I'm playing, like, okay, this isn't a character I play all the time, but I've played the game enough. Like if I'm playing it at the best of my ability, I shouldn't be losing the first hit every time, but I am. I'm losing it every time. I'm not getting it. Right. So like, that was unlucky. Like you're getting the first hit, and that means you should be first to create the scenario that's most advantageous for you. So here, I respect this attempt.
Go for it, yeah.
I respect the attempt, but the ball's like right in your face. If you could do it before the animation flash, like even a frame sooner, maybe, but I would do it. It's just like the sword situation. Like if something's possibly active, you're better off just keeping it. Just chill. So now I'm doing this. Here, assist plus berserker slash would have stuffed me. Because either the beam would hit me or the berserker slash would get behind me and hit me. You want to do it before I get a meter, for sure. And then now I have a meter, so it's no fun. And I still have X Factor because you used it earlier. So like, not your game to win there. That was just unfair. But you know what you did, and you know what you could have improved on. So this game, like, if you won this game, cool. But it's not one you need to really give yourself. You give yourself credit for like the comeback, but it's not one that we wanted to win that way. That's what I always try to tell people. Like, it's cool if you come back. It's cool if you win, like, down X Factor, down to like 1 assist, only had 1 meter. That's what stuff. That kind of stuff is stressful. We don't want to win like that all the time. And so this is all like a moot point, if you will. So that being said, whatever. Cool. All right. So what I think, I'm gonna kind of wrap things up. So this is a bit scattered, admittedly, but that's because we're kind of like you're actually in a really firm spot. You know what you need to do, and you know how to continue, like you know how to find success in your team. So what I want you to really think about, things to work on, think about, if my combo drops, don't force a scramble unless it's one you are confident you can fight out of, i.e. Jump, dive, kick. Like that's like one of the few situations where if I'm Wolverine and I want to scramble, I'm gonna jump, dive, kick. That's like my button to scramble, right? I don't know. I'll say like jump, grab, these are really, this one's a very common like scramble situation option because drabs are one frame, remember? So but otherwise primarily don't force it, right? So like if you can avoid it, don't force it. Eliminate as many variables as possible, right? So you can build pressure back up. Slow down. Wolverine excels at holding forward, but he does not have a lot of health. So you need to save it for the grind of catching the opponent. So i.e. after a combo drop, after berserker charge and no assists are up, after a mix up on incoming doesn't work. So these are like the most common situations, like combo drops, berserker charge, and you have any assists. Like just slow it down. You can still hold forward, but just slow it down. Like try to see what's happening. And then I would say identify the problem and X factor. So if we're being real, we're just going to keep it real simple. Wolverine X Factor does stupid damage, level 1. Like specifically level 1, he's one of the better characters to use it with. So find comfort in that. When you identify the problem, just always X Factor them. Don't think about it twice. Just do it, right? And then if you get to a situation where like you're becoming so optimal and efficient, you're always landing your TAC infinites, you land the Wolverine combo every time, you're always killing the first character, then maybe save it for like the last character or something else, right? But for now, whoever the problem is, save it for them. Like on this team it was Wolverine, or sorry, on this team it was Dormammu, and on this team it was Virgil. Just blow all the resources however you can, and I think you'll find success in that. So hopefully this makes sense. These are the key things I want you to think about. So like if you can take anything away from all this besides the footage, I would say review the footage. You're one of the few students that I think like you'd get the most maybe just watching us play and just looking back and identifying, and then just make sure to keep these factors in mind, because they're going to propel you to kind of the next plateau, which is going to be like, how do I fight in these very specific neutral situations? What do I do when this character's on the screen and I need to stop they're mauling me, or their pressure's too much, or like missiles are on screen, like et cetera. So that's kind of it. I think this is where we're going to stop for now. So what I usually do is I'm just going to send you this. I send you this. I'm going to stop the recording in a second, and then I'm putting that on YouTube, and I'll send you the link. But so first of all, sorry, this has been a much longer session than usual. I really wanted to hammer in a lot of stuff because you have plenty that you can work on, but like working on these few things on the bottom are going to be great. And then I'm really excited to see how you excel, because I know you said you played in TNS before and in lobbies. So I really want to hear from you. Feel free to hit me up on Discord, etc., and tell me about your progress. But for me, right, any final thoughts, anything you want to ask, any sort of feedback, the time is still yours. I'm here for a little while longer if you need me. What do you got for me?
I'm not super sure. I got a lot of stuff to digest. Hell, if there's fucking open lobbies going on right now, I might even just pop in.
Hey, that'd be sick. That'd be really sick. I'd love to hear that. Okay.
Yeah, but the only issue is that with Shadow kind of going down, it's like I basically only get to play on like 60 MS Texas servers. which is
Oh,
it's a little iffy, but
gotcha.
it's not super bad.
Understandable.
I
Understandable.
certainly prefer it over playing on Steam.
Does TNS have lobbies regularly, or do they just?
No, they usually only stream tournaments on this.
Gotcha. Gotcha. It's a tough one. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I haven't dabbled in the Parsec community as much to recommend anyone else, unfortunately. But I will say that if you find yourself in my stream or maybe even in someone else's stream, just don't feel free to just be like, yo, any East Coast like cloud lobbies or
Yeah,
cloud server lobbies. Just feel free to ask.
and I
Because
was definitely looking at getting my own as well.
yeah, it's not that expensive. It's actually really not. It's
Yeah.
just a lot of work to set up. But you probably know the YouTube resources and stuff. So yeah, feel free. Please let me know. That being said, like you already mentioned it, but there is a lot to digest. All in all, I will say that you're a good player. You're a very solid player. You have a lot going on for you already.
Thank you.
And you have a great understanding of Wolverine, how he thrives. Wolverine Akuma is a pretty powerful shell, but it does require some very good piloting. So that would be something for a different discussion, but I would try to explain like how to call your assist a little more efficiently for Akuma particularly. With Doombeam, I want you to just like start calling it in Berserker slashing as like a reaction. You don't have to do it every single time, but I want you to have that motion ready in your head. Does that make sense? So when you need to bust it out, you're like, oh, this is where I need to do that, and I need to do it right now, and then you will find success doing that. But other than that, I'm gonna leave you with these notes. I look forward to hearing from your progress. Like I said, don't be shy. Hit me up on Discord. Ask me anything. Like we're now in an open forum, so whenever you have questions, that's what I'm here for. I also do match analysis. So like if you do have any matches, you're like, hey, I just want to know like what I could have done here and like things to improve on. Metafy does that. It's like I think it's like $5 right now, but like you can just send me one on like whenever you want, and I'll definitely do one just because I want to see you grow. So if you do have one, send it on Discord, whatever, and I'll look at it. I'm not going to charge you for it. I want to see you grow. So that's it. All right, man. If nothing else, it's been a pleasure, dude.
Thank you very much.
For sure.
I will definitely be trying to find the time to book a second session.
Yo,
this has been wonderful.
Fun. Hell yeah. Thank you. And please, if you have any feedback, like sit on it, reflect, digest for what you would like to see more in either the next session or just from me as a coach. I'm always real open to that, and I love the critique. So anything, I'll say digest on it first though. Just like give it a 24 hours or such. But yeah, so I'll send you this list. And on the YouTube link, give me till like the end of the night to upload it, and then I'll give it to you. All right, bro.
Yeah, take your time. I'm in no rush.
All right, man. Well, again, been a pleasure. You're the best. I'm looking forward to seeing your progress. And if you're ever in the lobby, just send me the Twitch link, man. I might just go check you out and see what's up.
All right.
All right, boss. I'm gonna let you go. I actually have to go stream. I'm gonna go stream some Rainbow Six Siege. So.
All right, you have fun with that.
Yo, have a good night.